Hey, what's going on, y'all? I hope everyone's having a blessed day. In this video, I'm actually going to go over the actual credit cards that I have for my personal and my business. I was a little reluctant to do this video because I wasn't sure exactly how much I wanted to bring people into my personal situation. But I think that's what separates me from everybody else is the fact that I'm willing to bring you guys in to my personal finances and show you exactly what I'm doing to build credit, to build my financial, I guess you would say, estate. You gotta always start somewhere, and I'm just like you. I'm no different. I go to work every day. I I'm starting at the bottom. Before I had a lot of credit cards. Now I'm just starting out, and I want to share some of the credit cards with you. I want to share the best credit card that I think that you should have, and the worst credit card that I do not even want you to think about owning. All right, I'm gonna go over all of these things with you, and I just hope you stick with me. Um, I didn't know how I wanted to go about doing this video, but yesterday I had someone commented on one of my previous videos, and he asked me, he said, Kenny, I just applied for a Capital One Platinum. I just got approved because he's just now starting out to build credit, and my credit score increased 33 points, but I don't know where to go from here. So in this video, I'm going to let you know exactly how I did it. Now, there's several ways that you can go about building credit, credit repair, and all that. Everybody has their own theory, right? I don't want people to think that I'm against any one particular person or any one particular company. What separates me is I'm not trying to take any money from you. So the way that I have to go about this is I have to be really particular in what I'm doing in building credit and why I think my way is the best way to build credit, because I don't hear too many people talking about building credit the way that I'm asking people to build credit, starting out from the bottom and not going apply to the My Jewelers, the Ox Publishing, the Hut and Chase first, right? I do believe in those companies, but having credit cards is probably the most important thing that you can have for building credit, for your credit score in particular. If you're ever going to apply for a loan, having credit cards is probably one of the most important things you can have in your arsenal when you go apply for a loan. Okay, so I don't want to take too long on that speech because I don't want to make this a long video. But what I do want to do is I want to talk to you guys about some of the cards that I use. All right. The very first card that I want to talk to you guys about is Credit One. Now, I'm going to cover this information because I don't want nobody going online trying to steal my information. I hope you got it, right? It's the Credit One secure card, or Credit One credit card. It's not a secure card. Now, this is the card that I want everybody to be wary of. I do not want you to go out and get this card because there's so many terrible factors about this card, okay? And I'm going to go over a few of them. One, it's a terrible interest rate, okay? The interest rate is terrible. And second of all, whenever you use this card, like let's say I go out and I purchase $10 worth of items on this credit card right now, what's going to happen is they're going to charge me interest from that point, all right? So it's not like if I use the $10 and pay it off the next day, I won't get charged interest like most credit cards. With the Credit One credit card, and this is one thing that nobody talks about because they don't have this card, right? Everybody says it's a terrible card, but they don't really know why it's a terrible card, and I'm letting you know. As soon as you use the card, they charge you interest, okay? So let's say you just swipe it. Like you got to use your credit card. You swipe something, and from that moment, okay, it's not like I said, like most credit cards where they'll charge you interest at your billing date or something like that. So the Credit One credit card, I started with this one because I wanted to get this card. Was the first card that I got after uh, my secure credit cards. I wanted to get an unsecured credit card. So this was the first card that I got after I had my unsecured credit cards. Now, I probably wouldn't recommend this card. All right. I probably wouldn't recommend this card. And I'll tell you why in a sec. All right. Now, when I first started out, this card, which is the State Department Federal Credit Union, right? The State Department Federal Credit Union. I apologize. My cards are beat up. As you can see, I use my cards. Okay. The State Department Federal Credit Union. When I was applying for secure credit cards, I was looking for a secure credit card that graduates, right? One thing that I liked about this credit card, the secure credit card, is the fact that it had low interest, right? And it graduated, right? I know previously I talked about secure credit cards, but I didn't go over how important it is for your secure credit cards to graduate. And what I mean by graduate, it means like your term as a secured member is up. So if you put $200 down on a secure credit card, once your term is up, it's usually between 8 to 12 months, right? If you use your cards properly, what they'll do is they'll send you your deposit back. Like, let's say it's $200, they'll send you your $200 back, and at that point, you'll be an unsecured member with that bank. With this bank, I became a unsecured member in about I think it was like 10 months, right? About 10 months it took me to get to an unsecured, and they sent me my deposit back, right? They sent me my deposit back and said, congratulations, you are now a member of the unsecured. It was just a long drawn out letter that just let me know, hey, we're sending you your money back. All right. And you're still going to have the credit card. You're going to use the same exact credit card, but it's going to be unsecured. Terms are going to stay the same. Nothing changes. Okay. So what I want to say to people that say you should not have a secure credit card or don't go get a secure credit card, well, please understand these cards graduate. All right. The cards that I'm telling you to get now are going to be cards that are going to graduate and are going to go from secured to unsecured. They're going to send you your money back. If you're just starting out, I made a video called Open Sky. Open Sky, the best secure credit card for starting to build credit. Like if you have a really low FICO score, like in the 400s, 400s or really low 500s, the Open Sky credit card is a really good secure credit card to have. But after that, if you think you can go to the next level where you're getting the State Department Federal Credit Union or my secret weapon, this card right here is the Discover It. It was the Discover It secure credit card. All right. Now the Discover It secure credit card. What I really like about this secure credit card is the fact that this is the only card that I know, okay, that gives you cash back. I believe it's 1% cash back on all purchases, and I believe 2% on fuel. Okay. But this is the only card that I know where you get rewards as a secure credit card. Now, another reason why I think everybody should have this credit card. All right. Whether you have good credit or you don't have good credit. I've been helping people now build credit for a while. Right, we'll just say for a while, and I got a chance to look at a lot of people's credit score or credit reports. Here's one thing that I noticed about this card. Why is this card the one that is always the highest limit on everybody's credit report? Right, like if I go out and I get a Capital One or whatever card, this card you get more increases from the bank or from Discover than any other credit company. I'll tell you about my situation. Since I had this card, it went from secured to unsecured to 2 upgrades, right? And that's what I really like about Discover is it seems like they're really in the game to help you build credit and get that high credit limit, right? They're always giving you increases. And The reason why it's important for me, because I'm going to go over my business credit cards in a second, is when you're applying for business credit cards look at your highest personal limit, right? And then they'll give you a multiple of that highest limit. Okay. So this was the Discover It secure credit card. It graduated to unsecured, and then I got 2 increases after that. Okay. So this is the secret weapon that I was telling you guys about. This is the card that I think everybody should have. I don't care if you have a 700 FICO score or if you have a 4. Well, you probably can't get it if you have a 450. But if you have like 620, if you're hovering around that range, to apply for a secure credit card, maybe apply for the Discover It, see if you can get approved. If not, then try to apply for the secure and go that way. But this is a really important card. It's been helping me build my credit limits. So as far as secure credit cards, I don't have any more secure credit cards. All right. All my cards now that I own are unsecured. Now, there's a tier system that you want to use when you're applying for credit, and I'm just not there yet. And maybe that's what I'll do in my next video. I'll tell you about the tier system, what cards you want to apply for next. Okay. So this is where I'm at. Okay, so I started out with these two secure credit cards, right? I hope you can't see my numbers. Started out with these two, the State Department Federal Credit Union and the Discover It. These are the 2 cards that I started out with. Okay, and then I got the unsecured credit one, which I do not want you guys to go out and get because it's a terrible card to have in your arsenal. I believe the annual fee is $69. You pay $5.75 per month just to have this card. Okay, so I don't want you guys to go out and get this card. The credit one, it just says Credit One Bank. It's nothing special about it. I thought it might say Credit One Platinum or something. But don't go out and get this card. This is a terrible card to have. I hope you guys aren't looking at my numbers. If you are, then I'm gonna come find you and put you under my truck and run you over. Okay, so that's as far as personal. Okay, now I had a bankruptcy. I want you guys to understand. I had a bankruptcy about 13, 14 months ago, 15 months ago, right? And when I started this whole YouTube channel, what I did was I wanted to take it from the perspective of how can I show you guys how to build credit? And I wanted to take you guys along this journey, right? Of me building credit so you guys can get an idea of how to build credit, right? So those are my personal cards, right? That's what I use for my personal, going out, buying groceries, whatever. I use my Discover It everywhere I go. And I usually get about $50 a month in rewards just from this card. My rewards didn't go up. So those of you that have a secure credit card, the Discover It secure credit card, you're going to have the same rewards as somebody that's unsecured, right? So there's nothing different. That's why I love the Discover It secure credit card. That's just my personal opinion. Others might say something different, but to have a rewards card as a secure card it's very valuable because you're learning how to build credit, right? So now I want to go over my business cards that I have. All right, now these are just business cards. I want to see how I can do this without showing you my numbers. All right. That's my American Express business. All right, I believe it's an American Express Business Plus. All right, this is my American Express Business Plus. As you can see, it says Kenneth E. Fleming, Kef Trucking. That's the name of my trucking company. And there's no other way for me to show you. You guys are just going to have to trust me what I'm talking about. If you don't trust me, you shouldn't be on this channel anyway, right? So that's the way I look at it. I should be able to tell you guys information. This is what I have without you thinking that I'm trying to pull something over you guys' head. So I have the American Express Business Plus. I have This is the Chase Business Inc., right? Excuse me. I think I'm coming down with something. But that's the Chase Business Inc. Credit card. And that, like I said, these are all my business cards. This is the Bank of America. It says Bank of America Business Advantage Cash Rewards card, right? I'm not going over all the rewards. I'm just trying to show you guys what I actually have in my pocket. And of course, I just got this card. I haven't even taken a sticker off of this one. This is the Capital One. I believe it's Capital One Business Sparks card. This is actually a good, like if you're starting out a business, that's a good card to have because even though when you use it, you're going to have to be really careful when you're using it because it could go on your personal, it could reflect on your personal credit report, but it doesn't reflect on your personal credit report starting out. Now, the great thing about the business credit cards, it's 0% interest, anywhere from 18 to 24 months on the credit cards. I don't want to take too long in this video. If you guys want me to go over something that I haven't went over, please put it down in the comments, right? Like I'm one of the few YouTubers that actually look at the comments and say, okay, what is it that you want to know that I can bring to you in my next video? Okay, so that's what I want you guys to do. If I didn't go over something that you're really interested in, put it in the comments, and what I'll do is I'll make a video or I'll reply to you. I think I've been replying to every person that commented in the video, regardless of your situation. So that's my business credit cards. And the reason why it's important to have that Discover It is because when you're applying for business credit cards, they always look at your personal and go, what we're going to go off of a multiple of what your personal credit is, right? So there's a bunch of people out there that say, oh, well, you can start business credit without using your personal credit. You can absolutely do that. And I've done it with my previous trucking company, but you can actually build credit that's not attached to your personal credit. So a lot of people that say, well, I got jacked up credit, so I want to go start business credit. I want you to know something. It's going to take you years to get there. It took me 5 years to be able to purchase a truck just in my business name. You know, you got to have your websites, you got to have your bank accounts, you have to start building your trade lines, you know, your quills, your Gimplers, your Grangers, your U lines. You have to it takes so long to build it that it just was like, man, I'm just going to use my personal credit to get started while I'm building those trade lines. Like right now, I still am building those trade lines for my business, but I wanted to expedite the process by getting these credit cards to help build my business credit as well, right? Plus, just in case, capital is the lifeblood of business. You have to have capital. You can never run. As soon as you run out of capital, game over, right? It's like Monopoly. As soon as you run out of money, the game is over. That's the same thing with business, right? And so you can never have too much capital. Like I'm always going to be applying for business credit, business trade lines, and always building my business credit. Matter of fact, I had a situation where Quill called me and they asked me, hey, you haven't used your account in a while. Is everything okay? And I'm always thinking of an opportunity to increase my limit. So what I told her was, yeah, your account is great, but I have another vendor that I use because their credit limit is more. So what they did was they doubled my credit limit for Quill, right? So you're always looking for different opportunities to increase your credit limits. Like my secure credit or my credit cards now, it's time for me to start applying for some more credit cards. The reason why my journey is taking me a lot longer than my last journey is because I'm fresh off of bankruptcy. Those of you that say your credit is jacked up, trust me, your credit was nowhere near, unless you have a bankruptcy on your credit report, your credit is nowhere near what my credit was, right? I had over $200,000 in a bankruptcy that I had to get rid of. Plus, I had credit cards. I had a lot of lines of credit that I was defaulting on before I went through my bankruptcy, right? And the reason was because that was the advice that was given to me. Those of you that are thinking about going through a bankruptcy, I would not tell you to stop paying your bills, right? Pay your bills up until your bankruptcy is discharged. Once your bankruptcy is discharged, then you can stop paying everything, but pay everything up until the discharge. Negotiate with your credit cards. Say, hey, look, I got a balance. Can we negotiate? I'm going through a bankruptcy. I owe you $1,500. Can I give you $300 because I'm getting ready to go through bankruptcy, and just close this account? That way it doesn't affect your credit score, right? What I did, I just stopped paying in general. I just stopped paying. So, long story short, I just wanted to take you guys behind my curtain and tell you guys about the credit cards that I have, that I use personally. It's time for me to get rolling. I got to get back to California. And I hope you guys have a blessed day. I hope this video helped you. Please leave a comment. Please let me know if you guys want to know something different or something in particular that I missed in this video. I'll always get back to you. I'm not going to keep this video long because I got to get rolling. But you guys have a blessed day. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Bye-bye.